thank you very much for being here. At today's cabinet meeting, I've just returned from a very historic trip to Europe where we've made incredible progress toward achieving greater peace, security, and prosperity for America, for our allies, and in fact for the entire world. The meetings with NATO, the United Kingdom, and with Russia were a tremendous success, and I think you will see that, and it'll play out over a period of years, frankly, but they were a tremendous success.
It's a show of force in a region rife with rivalry and tension. The U.S. Navy preparing allies to be at the ready in the Black Sea. Crucial, says Rear Admiral Sean Duane of the 6th Fleet.
I think Russian activity in the region has served to destabilize the security environment in Europe.
We are sailing off the coast on the U.S. guided missile destroyer Porter in an exercise with Ukrainian and Turkish frigates. While an angry Russia monitors every move, the Foreign Ministry calls the whole exercise a provocation. The Porter's skipper, Captain John Tobin, says 4 Russian Navy vessels are shadowing his operation.
Currently, we are 86 miles off of Sevastopol, as well as off the Crimean Peninsula.
It was just a year ago the Porter was buzzed by 2 low-flying Russian fighters right here in the Black Sea. Operation Seabreeze, as it's called, sees some 2,000 sailors and Marines training alongside one another, not only at sea. We are flown to a Ukrainian military base where joint exercises are taking place.
For 21 years, the United States and its allies in this very volatile region have come together to communicate and integrate, and this year is the most vital yet.
Tensions have reached a boiling point with daily exchanges of fire on Ukraine's eastern border with Russia. We are at war with the Russian Federation, says the Ukrainian Rear Admiral here. I want President Trump to tell Putin this is the 21st century and to stop the imperialism. Many nations accuse Putin of stirring up trouble in the Black Sea.
It's nobody's lake, and we're here to support that.
On the eve of Helsinki, America is showing the flag, assisting its allies in confronting an increasingly aggressive Russia.
Sometime this fall, we could see Vladimir Putin at the White House. What's on the agenda? Russia is concerned about American missile defense systems in Eastern Europe, placed there after NATO expanded into the region following the Cold War. The United States has missile defense systems in Poland, Romania, the Czech Republic. The U.S. claims these systems are part of deterrence from threats like Iran. Russia says the systems could neutralize Russia's nuclear capabilities and eliminate tenuous peace on the continent based on the principle of mutually assured destruction. But now the United States is concerned new Russian missile technology will be able to thwart missile defense systems. During the summit, President Putin also said the United States and Russia need to agree on extending the Strategic Offensive Arms Limitation Treaty and not to place weapons in outer space. For more on the chances for an agreement on ballistic weapons between the USA and Russia, here's former U.S. diplomat Jim Jatras. Welcome.
Thank you, Holland. Glad to be here.
How did we get to this point following the Cold War?
It's been a long time coming, unfortunately. I think there were a lot of people on our side that never really thought the Cold War was over, that after the Russians were assured that NATO would not extend 1 inch past Germany for political reasons, initially with Bill Clinton and the Polish vote in Illinois during the 1996 election. We had the first round of NATO expansion. There have been many other steps after that, including the cancellation of the ABM treaty. That's something that the Russians place a lot of stock on, and that's one reason we have these issues of these missile emplacements in Eastern Europe are such a big deal for them.
So is this Russian concern legitimate? Is it stimulus response? Is this what's driving their high-tech war machine?
I honestly think it is. And of course, if you say that, then you're a Putin apologist, you're a Russian stooge and all that. Look, do you see people marching through the streets of Europe saying, America, defend us from Iranian missiles? You don't see that. When we put those missiles in Eastern Europe, in Romania and Poland, we had to twist arms. Not the Poles. The Poles wanted them, but the Romanians, other countries turned them down. It's not as though those countries are begging for this defense because they're worried about Iranian missiles. That raises the question of the Russians saying, wait a minute, those have nothing to do with Iran. Those are aimed at us.
Right. You know what else you don't see is a lot of mainstream media coverage of this. We're talking life and death. We're certainly talking about it here. Why is this not elsewhere?
Because I think part of it is that back during the first Cold War, a lot of that came from the left in the American political spectrum that was all for arms control, all for getting along with the Soviets, and for a lot of complex reasons that we can't really detail here tonight, they've sort of flipped. If you look at the polls, it's actually more conciliatory opinion on the right of the American political spectrum in the Republican Party than you now find on the left. Now, maybe a lot of that's just partisan because of Trump.
So, Vladimir Putin may come to visit in the fall. Are we going to see something akin to the Gipper and Gorby, or is the mood different now?
I think the mood's going to be different. Maybe they can call the guys in London and get a baby Putin balloon that they'll carry around in the demonstrations, because I expect there will be demonstrations against him. I don't know if this would just be a low-key meeting here, whether it would be a full state visit, with Russian flags and American flags down Pennsylvania Avenue. It's going to get hairy, I think.
Listen, this is probably going to be the best piece of advice that you can get. The only reason why most people want all these different plans, you want all these different ideas and different businesses, because you want a guarantee of success. You just want to make sure that you don't fail. I met this one young man. He sent me a message, and I think he's in the network marketing industry, okay? He's trying to sell something in the network marketing industry. And then I look on his Facebook page and he's talking about photography. What? So I'm thinking in my mind, because I'm already rich, I'm thinking, how is this young man is going to be the best network marketer on the planet that's going to reap millions of dollars, which only 1% of people do, if he's spending his time and focus in two different things? If you're trying to do more than one thing, if you have plan A, B, C, and D, B, C, and D distract from the original plan.